So the Riesling for us, as I told you already, it's our #1 grape variety, not only in volume, but really in our hearts. And I've been educated with Riesling, so for me it's quite easy to say that it's a lovely grape variety, that it's perfect on its own, perfect with food. For some people I know that Riesling can be quite complicated. It is one very complicated grape variety, but the beauty of Riesling is really that you can have it bone dry, have it semi-dry, semi-sweet, really sweet. There are many styles of Riesling that you can do. Of course, most of them go very well with food, as again it's a question of balance, I would say. And then the beauty of Riesling is also that it can age really well. So when we talk about aging Rieslings, we are not talking about aging the classic Riesling 2010 for 30 years, but the two next ones, we talk about 30, 40 years, even more sometimes. I have been more and more passionate about Riesling through the years, because I had the opportunity, first of all, to try Rieslings from all the world through my travels, which is fantastic. I also learned from my father, from my grandfather, from Hubert, my great-uncle, or my Uncle Jean, who told me the beauty of Riesling. And I had many Rieslings in my life. But I think Riesling is something really special. I think it's a lovely grape variety. No one should be afraid of it, because the more you taste Riesling, the more you know it and the more you love it. That's the problem, I think. So the three in front of you have potential. The first one is our classic one that you can find easily in Sweden. We are very happy. It is called Riesling, and this is the 2010 vintage again. So 2010, again, lovely, I wouldn't say enough. It's a superb vintage in Alsace with lovely acidity, and this is a great example of the 2010 vintage. This one is, again, very pure, very precise, very focused, laser-like in a way, but also it has this sort of saltiness almost at the end, which makes you salivate, which makes you want more. It's a moreish Riesling, or gourmand in French. I don't know how to translate gourmand, but when you want more, a glass and then another, and then, well, who knows. But this is a Riesling that goes very well with oysters. It goes very well with seafood towers in general, white fishes, white meats, veal, cream, pork. It likes lemon or acidic dishes, but it also likes contrasts when you have a little bit of fat in your pork or a little bit of cream in your sauce. It loves almost everything. I love it with my sushi too, because I'm not a spicy girl. I'm not a big fan of spices, so it goes very well with sushi or sashimi style food as well. It's a great Riesling. It's 2010, so it's already almost 3 years of bottle age. This is just a baby. The classic one, usually we say keep it between 5 to 8 years. This one I can say keep it until it's 10 years old, that's not a problem. It won't stay the same. The aromas will evolve, of course it will change, but the acidity, the backbone will still be there for many years. If we want to compare, for example, in 2007, the Riesling, the classic one, had 7.5 grams per liter of tartaric acidity, which is the mature, the ripe acidity that we have in the wines, the one that makes you salivate, not the one that makes you, you know, the good one. In this 2010 vintage, we have 9.8, so this is really high. This is really great, we love it. So stainless steel vinification, no malolactic fermentation, of course not, no oak, and well, bottled, and then goes everywhere, and well, we kept it, yes, 2 years almost, just for the wine to be ready to be sold.